distance. And here they are. What a picture, what a memory for both. But what will happen from here? Ready for anything, as ever, are the 1997 world champion Ken Doherty and new Hall of Famer John Virgo. Here we go, fellas.
Thank you, Hazel, and good afternoon, everybody. Well, this does promise to be
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The first
very
frame,
exciting
Luca Brecel.
final. Mainly Ken. I think just the ingredient of the two
make sure
players,
they're all off at the
complete
start, please.
opposite styles, and who will get the better?
Yeah, that's the burning question, isn't it? Yeah, really. Oh, I can't wait for this. The interesting question is who's going to come out on top? Which style? Who's going to lift that trophy on Monday evening? I don't think Luca will get involved, John. I think he's just going to play his own game. It's cavalier style that's served him so well in this championship. I don't think. Oh, well, here's not a bad start. That's a good way to start the final.
Yes, and a nice kiss on the brown. Chance to get to the table, get the Q arm going. Settle yourself down. No matter who you are, whether you, as Mark Selby's been in the final 6 times
5.
or the first time, there'll be nerves out
6.
there. Well, decided to play down
11.
for this red. Surprises me a little bit, particularly if the black doesn't go into the opposite corner.
12.
So, okay, he's on the black. A little bit of a tester. But right in the heart of the pocket.
$90.
Yeah, just overshot the cue ball a little bit. Bit of a bridge over the reds, no problem.
20.
It's quite interesting, isn't it, when Sean Murphy was in the practice room, John. Mark Selby was in there for a good half an hour, warm
27.
up. Luca Brecel, nowhere to be seen. No practice whatsoever.
28.
Now he'll leave the red over the corner pocket, try and go into the pack. Bring some reds into play maybe. Yeah. And that's worked out okay. And this is the start you wanted, isn't it, in the final, John?
35.
Particularly, you know, I know he was helped with the fluke, but just to put a few balls, settle down very, very quickly.
A bit thin of this, got to control this cue ball. Didn't fancy
36.
just dropping it in. Played out a lot of left-hand side. Played it beautifully. This could be the key shot now. This black. To find position on the next red. Just rolled it in. And yes, it's impressive. As I say, there'll be nerves.
43.
So far, handling it very well.
$44.
Wrong side of the blue, but there's a couple of reds adjacent to the blue, so he's not leaving himself too far away from the next red. Yeah, we talk about practice. I mean, he's been getting plenty of practice in the matches. Funnily enough, I was coming over here about midday and he got in the lift. He looked very casual, baseball cap, and really looking forward to it. This challenge.
Yeah, I think he's enjoyed the whole journey.
49.
He's been in the
50.
hotel every night after his matches, mixing with his friends, and well, anybody who's in there, not a problem. Just loving it. I think it's helped him relax and really enjoyed
55.
his championship.
Well, 3
56.
times he tried to get right side of the blue. He's got it this time. And there are 2 reds available to the left corner. Frame winning chance now. 61 points in front. 2 more reds. And it'll be Snooker's
61.
required.
$62.
Just too straight on the black, so I had to play for this red in the middle.
69.
Already at Snooker's required, but this red will basically keep Mark Selby in his chair. He knows that. I think Mark Selby likes coming back to the table and playing for Snookers. What a start.
77.
Absolutely fantastic. Only 6 minutes. Well, this will be some shot if this red goes in. Up into the yellow pocket. It's close.
Luca Brecel. 77.
That's not there. Okay, held by a fluke, but the rest of it was just sheer brilliance. Luca Brecel leads Mark Selby 1-0.
Yeah, just going back to that practice is quite unusual, John. I mean, it's totally unprecedented, isn't it, for any player coming into the World Championship, not having much preparation or practice. And, well, there's a lot to be said for it. It's not completely out of the ordinary, but it's served them very, very well.
1.
Well, that was a tremendous pot. Couldn't be certain he was going to not kiss into a second ball. Well, if that was a tremendous pot, what about the brown? No holding back here.
5.
Just no hesitation. And they're tough, as we know.
Six.
Yeah, another good pot. Nice angle on the black. He now was blessed with wonderful cue pair. We go into the reds here. Perfect angle. It's not too bad if this red just holds up for the middle pocket. Wow. Has it gone too far?
30.
Can he cut that red in? He can. And he can go on the black as well. What a shot.
14.
Well, he's got a shot at the black. No ideal angle, though. Another one right in the heart of the pocket. Where's the red ball going? He knew he was running into the red.
21.
And that red in the back end, well, we assume he plays the pot. Well, close.
Luca Brecel. 21.
Well, he's covered the red he played, but there's still one to the left corner. Intention's clear. No holding back.
Now, how can Max Selby respond? Needs a good opening pot here. Missed the red and black. Yeah, good start there. And he's on the blue. Excellent shot. Maybe run too far for the blue, but good pot nonetheless. Brown may be available. He's having a good look at it.
Tried to pinch a bit of the pocket. I know we've been saying these pockets have been playing a little touch generous, but you can't take liberties with them.
One.
Yeah, wasn't much room for the brown, but enough to pot it. V1 for Mark Selby now. Luca Brecel immediately looking at the pack. Good play for the loose red. He is playing for the loose red.
Now then,
Six.
needs a nice angle on the black.
7.
I don't think he's going to get one now, but there's a loose red on the right-hand side of the cluster. Worst way, well, it's available to the right middle. And if he's straight on it, no problem. Stun it in, play for the pink in the opposite centre.
40.
We're looking for a little angle on the next colour, though, just to disturb something. This is the last of the easy reds.
50.
Little grimace tells me he's come too straight on the pink. There you see it. Can't do much with that. The only red that's slightly separated from the cluster. I don't see how I can get on that either. Just needed a slight angle on the pink so he could pot it and nudge reds into play. He's not got that now. And I know he's attacking, and I know he's set his stall out, but you can't push the ball out too much. Well, I was trying to screw off 2 cushions and possibly leave that end red to the far left corner, but not come far enough.
21.
Just a safety.
Yeah, just slide off the pack here, try and get that cue ball up behind the brown. It looks good, this looks very good.
Luca Brecel. 21.
Ooh, just caught the knuckle of the pocket. Now can Mark Selby get that cue ball back behind the brown here? That's what his target may be.
Where's the cue ball going? Oh! Well, it's the perfect safety now. That's why we say this game's all about fractions. I mean, it was a fraction away from dropping in the pocket. Stayed in the jaws. There's quite a target, those reds in the middle of the table, but you've got to have the pace right. And if you slide by them, you could leave something on. Looking to lay on a red that would leave it safe. Can he find it? Twice across. Twice across, not got the right line, shorter pace.
Mark Selby 4.
Now, these 2 reds at the top, the one at the top, it looks like a possible plant to me. There you see it. From behind the pocket, you don't see the distance between the two reds, so you've got to make it. But it looks on.
One.
Yeah. Nicely converted. Just that cue ball hit the first red on the way through. Otherwise, it would have been nicer on this black, but he's still okay. Oh, he's missed it. He's missed it. Nervy start from
Mark Selby, 1.
the 4-time former champion.
Yeah, he missed it, and I'm looking at the reds. So I could only assume he played for this red that Luca's going to play.
One.
I'll ask the question and have to play for it. I'm wondering whether there's a plant to this corner. The way he played the black. Anyway, it's 2 loose reds to play for. And that's perfect.
8. Nine.
Yeah, 2 reds and blacks would put him 60 ahead. Just 59 remaining. So even if he doesn't get a split, like Selby, when he comes to
60.
the table, will need a snooker. But he doesn't want that, Luca. He'd like to
70.
get a split on the reds if he can and finish the frame here.
As I say, I just had a feeling that Mark Selby might have played for a plant. I may be wrong. Luca's having a look at it now. Possibly could be made. Well, that gets into snooker's required, as Ken says, 60 points to leave, 59 remaining.
24.
But you know you've got to be extra careful with Mark Selby when he only needs 1 snooker.
Big target, isn't it? Behind the brown again. Got to make sure he hits the cushion on the way up.
Luca
And that
Brecel,
should be pretty
24.
good. Very, very good indeed.
Yeah, I think the thing is that Luca, we think of his quick fire play, potting break, but he has a snooker brain as well. I mean, he's got a safety game when he needs it.
Yeah.
I think these nights downstairs. I thought he was downstairs. Tell Clark, okay?
Maybe, just maybe, John, that Luca's approach, maybe just getting Mark Selby at the moment just out of his comfort zone. He had an epic battle, of course, with Mark Allen last night. Finished almost at 1 o'clock in the morning. Very protracted frames. Luca's style of play, you would think would suit him better, but may sort of have him on the edge a little bit more.
Yeah, I think the one thing from last night's match that I take is that Mark Selby wasn't scoring that well. And he may get chances from Luca with the type of game that he plays, but you've still got to pot the balls. Good safety. And putting another red close to cushion. Got plenty of insurance here. Should Mark Selby pot the next red. Now where's this cue ball going? Is it going in behind the brown this time? It looks close. Just caught the knuckle of the pocket, so it's not a snooker. But how can Luca get it safe? Well, here's Mark Selby's chance. This is what he was looking for. And this red, no problem holding for the black.
One.
Yeah, nicely played. We may play for the red that's close to the left-hand side cushion. Of the last of the 3 remaining reds, we'd like to keep the one that's close to this top cushion, just beneath the black.
8.
And play for a snooker off that red. Be interesting to see what he does here. 2 reds, 2 blacks, keep the last red on the table, or maybe just take 3 reds and blacks and play for a snooker off yellow or green. It's only one 4-point snooker required, so
9.
we could do either. But that red that's close to this top cushion, well, it's in a perfect position to lay a snooker. So black, red, black. Let's see what he tries
16.
here.
Well, he's left the angle on the black to play for the red along the top cushion. His choice.
Yeah, I think he's maybe going to leave the red on the table, is he? Yeah, he is. I don't think he's going to pot this red. I think try and stun the red up into the
24.
bulk area. Maybe leave that cue ball behind the black. And he's got him. He's got him. And it's a good snooker as well.
Mark Selby, 24.
Tight behind the black. This is what Luca didn't want. He's in a spot of butter here.
Yeah, many times we say, well, you pot this, snooker's required, but that doesn't get you home safe. Not against Mark Selby.
Well, I've put this line in, John, and the reason I put this in, I mean, it's difficult to hit it off 2, maybe 3 cushions, but if he misses it, he won't leave the red, as long as this red doesn't go in off. And of course, it can't be called a missed. And that was the only reason he played. It was much easier to maybe hit it off 1 cushion, but he played it like that. So if he missed it, he knew exactly what he was doing with the cue ball. But only 32 points now in the lead.
Mark Selby taking the other option you have if your opponent makes a foul, putting him in again. Open table this. He's trying to get the baulk line as cover. Just kissing the yellow. I think there could be an edge of this red sticking out. Not to pot it, but to get the upper hand in the safety exchange. An important one.
Well, if he's got an edge, Maybe using a lot of left-hand side, try and hide that cue ball once again behind the brown. No. I mean, it was the perfect direction for the cue ball, a little bit harder. Just making sure the red was safe. But his double is on. The double is on. Oh! Has he got it safe? He has.
Yeah, it was worth the risk, I suppose. Well, particularly the way Luca plays, but well, if that cue ball had come a little bit further away from the baulk cushion, it'd have been an easy stun the red up the table, get the cue ball in behind the yellow. But he's going to have to lift the butt of the cue. He's not guaranteed to get the snooker.
Yeah, he's sort of weighing up the option. If he plays that particular shot, if he doesn't get it right, the red may be on for Luca. So that's what he's weighing up in his mind at the moment. Do I play a different type of snooker, different type of safety shot to make sure that the red is safe, or do I take a chance? He's keeping the red safe.
Well, he's given Luca now a chance to play a more telling safety than that. Of course, the priority in all these situations, obviously you'd like to get good safety, maybe a snooker, but you must get the object ball safe, because everything's in the open.
Foul.
Oh, it's a dangerous free ball, is it? Maybe not.
Mark Selby 4.
But I think Mark Selby asking him to play from there rather than it being replaced. Well, he's got the red safe. Not the best cue ball, but the red safe.
So, Mark Selby, such a genius in this type of situation. Would have liked the red to have travelled a little bit further.
Yeah, he's not really put any pressure on Luca with his last few safety shots. Now, you think about stunning this around the angle. You just got to be careful that red doesn't career into the yellow if you're playing that. That's the danger ball for me here.
Yeah, there was one frame in that semi-final against Mark Allen. Mark Selby, 6-3 down, needed a snooker. Ended up getting it and changed the whole match around. That's what he'd be hoping for here, but that was a good return of safety from Luca.
Yeah, that was excellent. He avoided the red running into the yellow. Good shot. Where's this red going? Is it going to run over the middle? Is it going to run over the middle? Nearly.
You could try and screw the cue ball back towards the pink and green here. Well, once again, making sure of the red, but he's played a lovely shot. He's hit the cue ball behind the blue. Excellent shot.
Yeah, I mentioned before, he's not a one-trick pony, isn't Luca? Now Mark Selby, he'll be playing this with pace. It's no good coming off the side cushion just rolling up to the red, because then you'll be in more trouble. But playing it with pace, you've got to catch it just right. You'll be hoping to get right in to the back of this red and kick it up the table and leave the cue ball there. But if he doesn't, he's not certain to get this safe. But he played it perfectly. He played it perfectly. Good shot. And a good result.
Yeah, great shot. This red does cut. Good effort. And once again, he's got the red safe. That was a good shot from Luca Brecel. Pot comes safety.
Yeah, and just that type of shot there from Luca. Mark would have been sitting in his seat thinking he was very close with that. He wasn't a mile away, and as you say, he's really hit that well. So it puts pressure on Mark's safety. He knows if he leaves any kind of opportunity for Luca to pot the red, he's going to go for it. So sometimes it can get you thinking you've got to get ultra safe. Well, he's a bit fortunate there. He's hampered Luca by the pink. Otherwise, he'd have been taking this on.
Yeah, and the problem if he does take it on, the cue ball may be running into the black if he misses it, so it's a dangerous shot if he does take it on. He's overcut it. And he'll settle for that. And getting that brown tighter to the right hand side cushion will help him as well.
Another, he just got in behind it, could kick it up the table. Luca can do the same, but he's just got to be careful that this red doesn't run into the green. Well, can he see a thin edge? I didn't think so. So it's ball cushion. Got to avoid that red running into the green. And he will settle for that.
You could say that again. It's a tough shot this Mark Selby is left with. Red very close to this top cushion. Yeah, looking for an edge.
And a miss.
Well, do you believe it?
Luca Brecel.
It's back to snooker required. Well, my mistake. That's why the miss has been called. 32 points difference.
Look.
35 remaining. So he needs to hit it this time. Otherwise he will need a snooker.
Yeah, he's played that very well indeed. Good cue ball, and he's got the red safe. Tap on the table from Luca, an appreciation. Doesn't want this red to go over this corner pocket. It's travelled just far enough. Yeah. Nice weighted object ball. He's matching him, John, here.
He certainly is, and it's amazing, isn't it, the contrast? Yeah. Mark giving everything thought, having a look at all the options. Luca just sees the shot, gets down and plays it. And played it well.
Oh, have a look at this for a shot. What a shot he's played there. This is brilliant safety from both players.
Two cushion escape. You'd think he'd be aiming to hit it full, but needs to get it safe. Played to hit it full. He's left a half chance.
Take this red on. That's the last time a pot was made. Was coming up to 15 minutes now. But he can take the red on. The cue ball will be coming down towards this black. Yeah, good shot. Now is he on the black? He may be on it for the middle. He's unlucky there.
Yeah, he's got to pot the black, of course. If he doesn't, he'll need a snooker. Just checking the scoreboard. 31 points of difference. It's got to be blue or higher, the colour.
Blue ball.
Well, what a big shot. So early in the match. Got to go in. Oh, that was asking a lot. That was asking an awful lot.
Mark Selby won.
But he saw that as a chance to steal the frame and went for it all out. Snooker's needed now. And no way back to the table with that yellow going in. I mean, he might still play on, so make certain of this green. Make certain of the green. And it goes. Well, what a start this is, Ken, for Luca Brecel.
Yeah. Explosive.
Thanks.
This is what he would have been hoping for. Wonderful
9.
cue par. In fact, he's overhit it. But he won't mind. Mark Selby will give referee Brendan Moore the nod. He does. The blue is not going in, but Luca Brecel won't mind about that. Great start from the Belgian bullet.
Mine for Mark Selby is the easy shots he's best in last night and today already. Easy brown and black off a spot.
Okay, back we go.
Good length with the cue ball. There is a red that is available to this right corner. The obligatory red, but tight under the cushion. Never easy. Wonderfully potted from Mark Selby. Needs to stop short the baud line. It will. Great opener.
Well, it's just marvellous cueing. But look at this, tight under the ball cushion. Kept so still. And kept the cue ball short of the balk line. Now, can he score? So the boys were saying in
3.
the studio, not scoring enough. And not taking advantage of his
4.
chances. Miss Brown, Miss Black in the last frame. It's a good chance, this.
11. 12. 19.
Looks to have landed nicely on this red.
$20.
And whenever you land nicely on a ball, invariably you're good on the next shot. And he's nicely on this black. Got a red to the left middle, if nothing else. Well, maybe playing the cannon here. That's what he did. You always trust a little bit to luck. And I think he's on a red to the left corner. That's all you're looking for. An easy pot to carry on with.
$28.
Just got a little bit of work to do here with the cue ball in potting this black. Just a little bit lower than his ideal.
Yeah, just having a look there. He's got to play a little cannon to hold the cue ball here. Digging down. Just makes the pot a little bit more difficult, but he was up off that straight away.
28.
Another miss black off the spot.
Well, first glance, he played the cannon, but didn't get on a red. So he's been fortunate. This red does cut, but tricky. But it's there, and he's landed on the green.
He's got a couple of reds to land on here. Left
Green
of the pink. Another red into the left corner is available, right of the pink. How's this? He'll settle for that. Great shot. Just wondering here, John, he's got a nice angle on this red. Could he play for the black, get the black on its spot? He could play for the pink into the right centre, but this red into the right corner, drop on the black into the same pocket, get it on its spot.
Yeah, there's certainly value in doing that. But he didn't feel as though he wanted to play such a delicate shot. And the pink is available to the left corner. And if the pink spot isn't then not available, goes on the black spot, perfect.
$11. 12.
Well, the way the reds are split here, there's no needs for any cannons or to develop any.
18.
They're all open.
90.
Oh, that needs to run. Just got there. Not the best
25.
positional shot. But the
26.
red nicely in. Now can he hold this blue? Just pot it and hold in the middle of the table for these two reds. Doesn't really want to be playing cannons at this moment. Well, he couldn't hold, so play for one of them in the middle. That blue has now put him 3 points ahead.
31.
He'll need these 5 remaining reds to clinch the frame.
32.
I think the pink will be going back on its spot, so needs a good positional shot here. Well, he's getting through the ball, Ken, so beautifully. No sign of tension in the arm here.
No, not at all.
38.
Getting a lot of action. And as you said, he's striking the ball. Such conviction and confidence.
39.
The top red of the tree will pot into this bottom right corner pocket. And that bottom red will pot into the left corner. So, as I said, it's just coming around to have a look at that red, but it certainly does pot.
45.
I was thinking a couple of shots ahead here. There you see it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he plays for here. I mean, obviously you think you play for the pink. But if he had the right angle, he could drop behind the black. Oh, he's overcut it. He's overcut it. Oh, it dropped.
46.
Only the slow pace. That's why it dropped.
Lovely. Lovely touch of side spin. A little bit of
51.
right hand side just to help the cue ball towards this red.
52.
Nearly went wrong, but it's worked out perfect. Perfect angle on the blue, and this will seal the deal in this frame.
57.
This red.
58.
Wonderful. Oh, fruit machine. Now, as we
63.
said before, important now he pots these balls. Keeps Mark Selby in his
65.
seat.
68.
What a start, Ken.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible so far. He has,
72.
well, Mark Selby on edge. You would think it'd be the other way around. He's been in 6 finals.
77.
Yeah, absolutely, but as the boys in the studio were saying, didn't play well in the semi-final, and I get the feeling he knows he's going to
83.
play well in this. So it's Luca Brecel, the Belgian boy, locked and
90
loaded.
in the frame.
He leads
Luca
3-0.
Mark Selby
Not
to
doing
break.
as well as he should do.
And this man, Luca Brecel, is taking advantage. It's Selby to break. Brecel 3-0 up.
Yes, thanks, Hazel. Last frame before the mid-session interval. When you'd feel, well, Mark Selby's got to get a frame on the board very, very quickly just to settle into this final. As the boys said, these frames are disappearing fast. Totally unlike his semi-final.
Yeah.
He's had chances, Mark Selby. A couple of blacks missed off the spot. Easy brown as well. They would be definite shocks to the system. And I know it's an old saying, John, and you say it many, many times, is that you never settle into any match until you get that first frame on the board. No, couldn't be any truer here.
Yeah, well, absolutely. A couple of reasons. I mean, Luca Brecel is stealing his thunder. And for all the experience he's got, Mark Selby, he knows until you get a frame on the board, you know, you've got to put a bit of pressure on your opponent. Another lovely judge of line and length. And that's what I say with Luca. He's got a snooker brain. Mainly we see it when he's potting and break building. But if you ask him other questions, he can produce. Don't worry about that. Well, that's what you get with Luca.
Mark Selby 4.
Saw the shot quickly, got down and played it. And to be fair, he was only a fraction away from clipping the red as he intended. Now, let's see what Mark Selby can make with his chance. Nice red to go at, and not much work to do with the cue ball, just stun off the side cushion for the black in the same pocket.
Yeah, that's better. Now, once again, good opening pot. Nicely on the black. At least somebody liked it.
8. 9.
Yeah, nice angle on the black into the pack here. Maybe the left of the pack as we look. Just stun it in there and try and dislodge some reds. No,
Just stay still, please.
He's played a delicate little cannon, but he could have played into the pack and still been on those two reds.
16.
Yeah, but I think he's just thinking, well, don't take any risks early on in this visit. Just get the cue arm going. It's a funny thing about snooker players. When you've not been scoring, you're aware of it. Sometimes you're frightened to go in the pack because you think you're never going to be on anything.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's also the other flip side, John, isn't there? That when you have the opportunity,
24.
you don't take it to go into the pack, you may not get a better one.
$25.
Definitely won't go into the pack off this blue because the pink is so far away from the reds. He once again play for one of the loose reds.
Yeah, and this causing a little bit of a problem. The pink, normally we say, well, hit the pink full in the face, but that pink
30.
is sort of guard, if you like, to the red. So, would you play up for a baulk colour? Possibly the green to come off the side cushion?
31.
Well, he's playing for the blue, but if he's straight, where does the next red come from?
Well, can he force a little angle off this blue for that red just to the right of the pack? below the pink. Small window. Is he on it? Needs to slow up the cue ball. He's not on it.
36.
Mistake.
But that was had to be so precise.
Go back to that shot in the black, Johnny. He had the opportunity. Should have gone into the pack. More confident. Mark Selby would have, no doubt. He's just settling
Off
for the
Selby,
40
36.
points. That's all he could do. But it might cost him.
Yeah, I suppose the only thing, when he gets back to his seat, he didn't miss a pot. Just ran out of position. If Luca's thinking of going back to the box, just got to be careful he doesn't make contact with the pink here. No, he avoided it. Just a fraction short of pace with the cue ball to make it a telling safety. There's a possible cut on here. Needs the cover, not got the cover. So it just shows you that tempter that Luca Brecel left mark has resulted in him getting an opportunity.
One.
He'd like this to run. And it's run, and it's perfect, should he so wish. Yellow, off the side cushion, into the cluster.
Oh, he'll settle for that. Okay, he's knocked the black towards his top cushion.
Right.
But at least he's on a red. Didn't get into the middle of the pack as he would have liked. Tricky pot this, maybe going into a red. May be able to just avoid the pack of reds. And yeah, now leads a little bit of luck. Yeah,
4.
that'll do. Nicely negotiated.
We had a quick look at the blue there, but if he plays the blue, he's going to have to play a cannon. I think he, at the moment, just concentrate on reducing your arrears in this frame. Didn't he strike that well? Didn't he strike that well? He's cueing beautifully at the moment. Just checking. The easiest ball to play on, just stun the red in, play for the pink to the left middle. He's just wondering where the pink's going to go. But if he leaves a nice angle, he could pot the pink and remove that red that's just below what looks like the pink spot area. Nice to see he's just giving this a bit of thought, because it's not straightforward.
Nine.
He played a little cannon to stay on the pink. He's missed the cannon. Tricky black. Should he take it on? Tough. Just There's no hesitation. Is he on the red? He's walking round positively. He must be.
16.
Oh, that was a wonderful shot. So brave.
70.
Knowing full well if he missed it, it was frame over. Now he's got a chance to steal it. One more loose red. He's on it nicely. Now can he bring another red into play while
24.
potting this?
Key shot to the frame, this. If this goes right, he could win it at this visit.
25.
Well, he couldn't have played it better than that. That was a wonderful shot. Just needs one more good positional shot. And it's all set fair.
Yeah, has he got the angle just to try and avoid these reds? Got to dig into the cue ball. Needs to spin up, and he's played it. Another fantastic positional shot.
30. $31.
Well, nicely played. If he has to hit them hard, he does do.
38.
But that shot, to run off two cushions, need cueing. And he cued it beautifully. 2 points behind. Probably need these four reds and possibly the yellow. It's high. It was just high. I
38.
must admit, I thought it was going to drift in on the nap, but it just stayed there.
Almost. Well, it went the other way. Looked like it was in there, and then you see it just drift towards the knuckle. Stayed there, as you said. He's not on it, Mark Selby. Could attempt to swerve. The red below the pink pots, but that's a bit of a stretch. Playing the swerve. Oh, wonderful shot. And look at the cue ball. Got enough left-hand side, just hit the knuckle and got top side of the blue. Great shot, this.
Yeah, first big moment in the match. There'll be many more, I'm sure. Twists and turns. But Luca Brecel looked certain to be winning this frame. And now a chance for Mark Selby to do what he does better than anybody.
6.
Steal a frame.
So,
Well, we did have a look at those two reds to the right centre, but the angle he has on the black now, they were potable, but the angle he has on the black, you could just play a little cannon into the left-handed one. And open the boat with him here. Yeah, nice shot. Well played. Well, if he does go on
40.
and win this frame, Mark Selby, he'll be very, very relieved going into the mid-session interval. He would have feared the worst
15.
when Luca was in. But this will be a definite settler for Mark Selby in this final.
21.
23 points in the lead. Red and blue will be enough.
$22.
Great opening 4 frames, Ken, and as you say, Mark Selby is very relieved now to get his first frame on the scoreboard, but as we said at the start, contrast the styles, and it's not letting us down so far.
No.
29.
It's been a wonderful appetizer served up from both players. Luca will, well, he'll probably be a little bit disappointed, even though he will be holding a 2-frame lead. Could have been better, but starting out this final, he would have been delighted with it. It's just fascinating, isn't it, John?
36.
You know, the contrast in styles, the way they play. And as you said, there's going to be many, many more frames in this best of 35 final like this.
41. $47.
We started off with a 40 break in this frame. He's going to finish with a 54. And most importantly, his first frame on the board.
Luca Brecel to break.
Thank you, Hazel. As we all know, 4 sessions, but already you get the feeling that this Crucible crowd are just loving what they've seen so far. Nothing like the Crucible as far as snooker's concerned. But this red, left on and not close to the baulk cushion. He knocked in one more difficult than this earlier on. There it is. Where's the cue ball travelling though? Didn't want it near the baulk cushion.
1.
Overhit that. So no pot to go at. Just seems always off a break off you're going to leave that type of red.
Mark Selby.
As I say, no colour available. Contented himself with the snooker. Just thinking back, Ken, to that frame before the mid-session interval. They're the frames when you sat in your seat, as Mark Selby would have been thinking, I'm going to be 4-0 down here. And then all of a sudden, you get a chance. And they're a real bonus, those frames.
Oh, yeah. And they can be the difference, you know. I know, still early stages, but sometimes you look back on frames like that and it just change matches. Pretty good. From Luca Brecel, he's covered this red into the left corner. He's left the red into the right corner. Yeah, but sometimes even over the best of 35, John, you look back on certain frames, and I got back to that frame against Mark Allen that Mark Selby won when needing the snooker, and it changed the whole complexity of the match. Instead of being 7-3, it was 6-4, and then he went on a run. And that's what he'd be hoping for in this next 4 frames.
Doesn't fancy the one to the right corner. Too dangerous. Trying to come round off 2 cushions just to nestle up to the back of this red. Is it hard enough? No,
Foul.
it's not.
Miss. Luca Brecel.
Well, Luca is having a look to see whether this red passes the blue. If it doesn't, he'll have it put back. Looking at every opportunity to get on the front foot.
Back.
It doesn't pass the blue. But once again, we see the intent.
the burning question, wasn't it, before this final? How was Luca going to deal with the safety prowess of Mark Selby? Well, those opening frames told us exactly how he's going to deal and what his philosophy will be in this final. Now he's going to have a look at it again. Does it go this time? No, I don't think there's a gap past the blue.
No, so... No, you'd need all the pockets to be available. So I play thin off this red, closest to the cue ball, but be mindful of the red adjacent to the right corner. He's got to cover the path to that. He doesn't like the up to balk end safety. I've never seen Luca take this long over a shot, but he just wants to have it clear in his own mind. He plays to the balk end, you could leave the pot on, so the right shot.
Oh.
Well, it didn't go. No, it didn't go. Now don't tell me there's a gap to it.
Isn't there always a gap?
It doesn't appear on this occasion. There's a gap, but not enough of one. Although Mark Selby, not convinced.
Well, I'm just wondering, could he swerve around that blue? It would be very tight. Could go into the green. Tell you what, that'd be some shot. Full length of the table. He's going for it. Swerving around the blue here. Right hand side. Just gotta miss the blue. Avoid the green. Oh!
Well, in the end, he swerved it too much. Didn't think he could hit much of the red, but well, it was very adventurous, and he's left a nice, easy starter for Luca.
One.
Yeah, that red just above the black. We'd love to get on that. Just clear that area above the black and make a big difference here. And he's played that nicely off two cushions. Lots of left-hand side.
8.
Perfect on this red.
Nine.
Red's nicely situated. Doesn't have to play cannons for the foreseeable future. Just pick off the loose ones. I've
6.
spotted a red that's closest to the cue ball now, goes to the left corner.
17.
No, he just didn't get into those reds enough. He's still on the red
24.
I mentioned, but he can cue past the red closest to the cue ball, so it's just a case of potting it. I'm not certain the blue goes to the left. middle. So up for a baulk collar. Could have been easier.
Yeah, Selby,
25.
and of course, that red is next to the blue. That makes it easier for him for his next positional shot. He could play on that red. Doesn't have to. He could play on one of these reds, left or right of the pink. Oh, played that nicely.
27.
Yeah, the
28.
reason Ken said that. He finished perfect on the red, so being perfect on the red, he was bound to be perfect on the blue. Cue ball control at its best.
33. $34.
Once again, nicely cued. Get top side of the blue.
Please switch your phones off or on silent. Thank you.
Just he stayed down on the shot.
39.
Down there. It shows you, even though it could have broke his concentration, but he's very much zoned in. And there's another. Well, that could have gone wrong. He could have hit it too much, but perfect on the blue. As you said, John, his cue ball control has been exemplary. Choice of two reds to play on here, just at the back of the pack.
$45. $46.
No, a little bit straighter on the black than he would have liked. This could be the key shot to the frame coming up here. If he can solve this little problem, get nicely on the next red, frame at his mercy.
$53. $54.
So this is the shot, perfect on the blue. You feel he's going to have to play a little cannon. A little shake of the head. He's perfect on the blue. I don't know what else he expected. Do you play to drop, not with any speed, but just drop on the pink?
Yeah, that would be the shot. He's got to go in to the pink. He could lose the cue ball. There is a gap between the pink and that extreme red on the right-hand side. That's what he's fearful of, going through that gap. So he's got to make a good connection here and just hope he can get on a red. There's the connection. And he's okay. He's on the bottom red.
Yeah, he didn't risk playing it gently.
59.
Give it a bit more pace. It's worked out nice.
60.
So just this black to get to snooker's required. Not got position on the red.
67.
70 points to lead. He could do with that in. Keep Mark Selby in his seat. Well, will it?
Luca Brecel. 67.
Mark Selby had a look at the scoreboard. 70 points of difference, 59 remaining. That equates to 4.
You stop calling out now, please.
4-point snookers. Not many players would play on, but you know Mark Selby will.
1.
But maybe not for long. Not on the colour. If he misses this, it'll be the concession. But in it goes, keeping his faint hopes alive. 64 points of difference, 51 remaining.
6. Seven.
Yeah, he'll definitely put one more red and black after this and keep the last remaining red on the table, just in case the possibility of getting
14.
maybe a free ball.
50.
But still, very tall order indeed.
$22.
So, cue ball up and balk, you would say. Maybe try and get that red behind the black.
Mark Selby, 22.
It's no good.
Thank goodness for it. Wow, what a pot that was. And an important shot, really. Because Luca, as we
7.
know, likes to get on with it. And Mark just slowing that frame down. He'll be glad to see the back of that red. And of course, no way back to the
10.
table now for Mark Selby. What a start from this young man from Belgium. You talk
40.
about Al's being in the final of the World Championship going to affect him. And so far, he is absolutely loving it.
$19.
Never looked like going in. Right, no
Luca
matter
Brecel,
about the
19
pink.
and the frame.
But another sparkling frame from Luca Brecel. He's 3 clear once again. 4-1.
Yeah, 3 more frames to play in this session. So I'll be helping to, well, try and win all of them. He's got a bit to do. He's got to up his game. Yeah, we didn't know what to expect, did we, from Luca coming into this final? Was he going to feel a little bit of nerves? Was there going to be some sort of hangover from that amazing semi-final and creating history, the greatest comeback in the Crucible? Would have that affected him? But at the moment, showing no signs, only good ones. An interesting stat as well, John, that Max Selby has played 11 hours on the table more than Luca Brecel in this championship. Will that have some sort of an effect?
It could well do, couldn't it? That's a long time, isn't it? 11 hours. Pretty well struck. And if he covers the red in the baulk end with the green, he'd be happy with that. Well, Mark can kick this red up the table, but he can't get a good cue ball. This match so far being played at a pace which maybe is just slightly unsettling Mark Selby. Doesn't have much time to get back to his seat because then he's on his way back again. Luca really has upped the pace.
Just give me 1 second, Luca. Please, this is the 3rd time I've asked. Can you please make sure your phones are on silent or turned off? Thank you.
Another crossed over, and I think the cue ball, is it going to get past the ball line? No. Quick look at the brown. What sort of an angle? Doesn't look great.
Yeah, judging by his facial expression now, he's got a slight angle. I mean, you're going to have to play this at pace. Pace to these middles, you've got to be accurate. You've got to be very accurate. Oh, he's going into the red, can you believe it? And he's on one at the bottom of the pack. Extraordinary.
5.
Can't you believe that shot? Oh, this is just fantastic. Absolutely
6.
brilliant. What a shot maker. This guy is okay. A little flick off the green obviously helped, but well, what a brave shot. Could get his rewards.
$30. 40.
This time, well, we'll go up for the blue. There's one loose red, but
21.
what a lovely target, the pink and that red to the left of it. If he gets nicely on the blue,
20.
needs to run though. No, he'll have to play for the loose red. He'll be a little bit disappointed. Under-hit that slightly, but the one thing I've noticed about Luca
27.
over the years I've been watching him, very good with the rest.
Thank you.
You were saying, John?
Luca Brecel, 27.
Well, I just called it as it was. Pity, but it was all due to the fact they didn't get good angle on the blue. And he should have done.
One.
Trying. I think that red just to the left of the black will pot into this bottom left corner pocket. He's just having a look at that. Yeah, there you see it. So he'd like to drop on that from the blue. If he can. That would open up the black, of course, into both corner pockets. May have to use the top cushion here. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
6. Seven. $14. 15.
Well, I think he has the angle to go into the pack. Maybe playing for the red close to this top cushion. And now needs a nice angle when putting this red on the black to try and disturb those
22.
5 reds beneath the pink.
$23.
Looks pretty good. Now if you can get through, right through the gap here from black to the middle red of the 5, that would be ideal. Oh, didn't hit the middle red. Now is he on a red into the middle? I think they're all covering each other. Hit the wrong red there.
Well, he's looking the red straight in line. I'm just wondering if he can get to the red below the pink. He obviously can't. He could have been playing it by now, and he's looking to play this red in the left middle. This is not easy.
Mark Selby, 30.
Well, you could say he's a little unlucky with the cannon, but you always need a little bit of good fortune when you go into the reds like that. Chance missed. Oh, well, if anything, he's just let the cue ball just slip away. A lot of players would have played that and come round off 2 cushions. I think he's just about okay. He may even be able to get a little cannon on that red just below the pink. Well, he got into it too much. Is he on the red? I'm looking at his body language. He's walking round positively.
8.
He's on it.
$9.
The last shot, the black, was a man. Complete confidence of his cue action and his technique. No hesitation whatsoever. Perfect cannon on the red to hold for the other one. He's had a quick glance at the scores. Pink will put him 12 points in the lead, so he's going to need one of the
50.
difficult reds that are close to the left-hand side cushion. After he takes the loose reds, of course. And so he's just working out. So that will be the crucial part of the frame, you would feel, John.
Yeah, absolutely.
22.
Got the red. Well, the 2 reds are up near the blue, and he's looking to see if he could leave an angle on the pink this time around, because he knows he's got that red adjacent to the right middle. This is good thinking. This is his snooker brain ticking over. Leave an angle on the pink to try and disturb those 2 reds near the left-hand cushion.
23.
Thinking he's bound to be on the red to the right middle. Has he got the angle? Didn't have the angle. So now he'll have to try again. This time off the blue.
29.
It's all about fractions, this game, as we say many times. Perfect angle on the blue, it shouldn't be a problem developing the reds. But got to get it.
30.
He's got a perfect angle, hasn't he? He could just play off one cushion, just knock the first red just out of the way. Oh. Well, you said it's all about fractions, and well, there you had it. He got a slight contact on one of the reds, but
35.
Not enough. So frame still in the balance. Have a look at this, how close he was. Little flick off that red. Not the one he wanted.
And now, this is Mark Selby's part of the game. 2 reds on the table. Forget the scoreline. I know you make Luca Brecel favourite, but this man, the master tactician, can Luca get the better of this exchange? This red, it's in the pink. Well, the only
Luca
upside
Brecel,
for Luca
35.
is not the pink safe. That wasn't a good safety. But as we noticed last night, and we're seeing it again today, he's not firing on all cylinders.
No. It's catching. And he's left it. I think this red is cuttable. Natural path of the cue ball will be back towards that blue. Yeah, and if he gets a nice angle on the blue, he could get, well, either bring the red into play or knock it out. There is plenty of room around the back of it, so he could play. Not disturb it at all, just play for it into this left corner. He will need the rest, of course, but that won't bother him. Yeah, he's just got to miss the red. He's played it perfectly. Great shot. Wonderful shot.
6. Yeah.
And if he gets this red, John, gets on the black, well, that pink could become very, very crucial. Luca knocked it safe on his poor safety shot a couple of moments ago. But there's still a lot of work to do for Max Selby here. 86% pot success tournament. Pot success with the rest. There's another one. Make that 87.
Okay.
And
7.
he's got an angle on the black. Get up close to the yellow. Big moments in this frame and session.
Great shot. Well, half-hearted attempt, you thought there, to try and release the pink. Yeah? If he had
14.
made contact with the pink, he wouldn't have had as good a position on the yellow as he has. But he's maybe thought it was worth the risk. He's just looking now where he'd like to leave the cue ball. This green is a little bit awkward. It's not straightforward, and particularly you have to do a little bit of work with the cue ball. Could make it missable.
16.
Yeah, I think he was very unlucky there. Potting that black just to land dead straight on the yellow. He couldn't get close to the green, so yeah, as you say, John, it's not a gimme this at all.
And he's desperately, well, he didn't want to use the rest. Going for his extension. And your hand on the table makes it obviously a bit easier, particularly if you're having to play with a little bit of side. Tough shot.
Good
pot, no position.
do you do here? He's looking at the scoreboard. He needs that pink in the open. Does he try and bring it into the open here using the cue ball, or does he just get that cue ball down behind the black? He's trying to get the cue ball behind the black.
Mark Selby, 90.
Needs to miss it. Ooh. Good effort. We got the second part of the equation correctly. Getting that brown safe.
Well, that was a very well played shot there from Luca. We see players now play side to side safety, because when you play that shot that Luca's just played, there's always a danger and double kiss. Played it beautifully. He's left this. He's left a pot on here. Luca Brecel comes to the table, 13 points in front. Brown blue for 5-1.
Oh, good pot. Couldn't avoid the black.
4.
But he'd be happy to see that black go close to that ball cushion. 17 ahead, 18 remaining. Does he take the blue on?
You just know he is. It's a case of which pocket.
Please, out of courtesy and respect for the players, will you turn your phones off? I really don't want to ask anybody to leave, but if another one goes, I will. So please turn them off.
Yeah, here. Well said, Brendan Moore. Oh, this cue ball is going close to the black, but the blue has gone safe. He'd be happy with that.
Didn't hit it very well, but it's okay. It's run safe. Not quite certain that was as intended. Got such insurance with that pink. And Mark Selby, of course, none whatsoever, with his opponent just needing the blue. You know, sometimes you'd think, well, maybe I can get a snooker in behind the black here, but he's got to get the blue safe.
Yeah, and that black is slightly in the way to try and knock the blue around like 4 or 5 cushions back down towards the black spot. It was a clever shot, trying to knock the blue onto the pink. But, well, decision for Luca Brecel. With the insurance of the pink being safe, the black safe-ish. Will he take this blue on? Might be worth having a go. He had a go.
Yeah, good length with the blue. Players like to get in behind sometimes, cushion first, but I think the blue's too close to the baulk cushion for that. Plays that shot well though, doesn't he? Well, he's left a cut, possible cut. Mark Selby may be tempted. The only thing is, when it's this thin, if you get close to pot and it doesn't go in, invariably you leave it. Can he take the chance?
Well, maybe a cross double here for Luca into the right middle pocket. It's definitely on. He likes playing them. It's definitely on. Ooh.
When he had a similar shot to this Mark Selby a few visits ago, he tried to send the blue off side cushion, baulk cushion, and run it into the pink to bring the pink into play. He nearly got it, but it is risky. If the blue does run into the pink, you're not certain where the blue's going to finish. Contented himself with just the safety.
Last couple of times Luca's played up and down the spots with the blue, and he's played it pretty well. This time he chose to try and get that blue on the left-hand side cushion, but he'd be happy with that. Good cue ball. Oh, this is difficult for Mark Selby. That was an excellent shot. It's almost straight. The double kiss is on if he tries to knock the blue down towards this top end of the table.
Some with the black being near the baulk cushion, the quarter ball clip off the blue to send it to the baulk cushion. If you don't hit it right, the cue ball could run into the black. Clever shot from Luca. Just avoided the double kiss by a whisker.
Where's the blue cuttable? Into the left centre. He'll come and have a look at the angle.
Well, what's he doing? Have a look on the TV screen?
He was having a look at the scores, I think. I think this blue was on, John. He might cut this in. Might be worth having a go.
I'm worried about the cue ball towards the right corner here. I'm worried about the cue ball. Missed the pot, missed the in-off. Gets the pot. I think he may have gone in-off there. Anyway, it's safe.
Cue ball on 4 cushions behind the black, maybe? No. Blue. The middle of the ball cushion. He's played a pretty good shot. He's got wonderful patience, as Mark Selby. Excellent at these type of situations.
Yeah, when you play that side to side, if you get the cue ball higher than the object ball, it's usually a pretty good shot, although could be a possibility here. Mark getting a snooker behind the black. I always felt, Ken, I don't know about you, that when your opponent needs a snooker, try and leave as much distance as you can between cue ball and object ball. That's pretty good. Sorry, I didn't mean a snooker. I meant gives him a chance if you leave cue ball and object ball together. Gives him a chance to either lay a snooker or play a towing safety shot. Oh, he doesn't want this blue to bounce. Is it cuttable? If it isn't, good chance to get the cue ball in behind the black, you would have thought.
Yeah, it was a dangerous shot from Mark Selby. Well, is he going to have a go? I think he's trying to cut it in. I think he's trying to cut it in. Oh, what a shot.
5.
Wow. What a pot. Is Mark Selby going to come to the table? He's 22 points in arrears. Only 13 remaining. 2 snookers required. What a pot on that blue.
This pink's close to the pocket. And it's in the pocket, so that is the end of the frame. So Luca Brecel, well, you just got to admire the way he's playing at the moment. And he's really in full flow.
In a minute, he's confident.
Thank
He's
you,
5-1 up,
7.
and there's no fear at all.
It's one-way traffic.
Bit pacey with the cue ball. Left the red to the right corner, as he seems to have done off every break or shot. Slight angle. Could play for the black. I think it may be available. But when you're 4 frames behind, there's a little bit of pressure on these.
Couldn't cue the ball any better than that. Magnificent long pot. Mark Selby. Now can he get on the black here and try and
4.
dislodge those reds just above it? Could play for the pink as well, into the left centre. But black was probably the better option.
Five.
I think this is an important visit for Mark. Just had the one break over 50 in this session. Now normally you'd say, well, his opponent playing so well, but he has had the chances to score heavy and not taken them so far.
Give me a second, Mark, please.
Brendan Moore asking for Mark to give him a second, so obviously pink spot not available, just to remind you, because as close as it can to its own spot, if there's no other spots available. Oh, you can't get on there, can you? Well, he thinks he can.
Thank you.
Well,
11.
That's a bit of spotting.
That's why I was very surprised of him playing for pink there. Maybe a plant on here. But yeah, if he played for the black earlier from that previous red, well, it would have been a bit more straightforward. Oh.
12.
And it's amazing. I've never seen balls rattle in the jaw so much and then somehow drop. Amazing. Well, I know they have a fall on the slate, but it's quite amazing. I mean, Luca's had 2 or 3 of them.
Now,
what can he do with this black when potting it? Can he bring some reds into play around that pink and black area? Or does he play on a loose red?
Black ball.
Needs a bit of luck. Has he got it? Where does the black go? Goes on its spot. He has a red then.
25.
Up into the green pocket. Possible red into the right centre pocket.
$26.
Yeah, couldn't do much with the cue ball. Couldn't get the right angle of the blue, but just got to avoid the baulk colours here. Not certain about the availability of the pink and black now, but just got to find this line, probably down the right-hand side of the table as we look. Oh, he's cued that beautifully. Couldn't hit a ball better than that. Good shot.
31. $32.
Yeah, judged that nicely. Put that red just below onto the right.
37.
With the pink spot. So imperative this time. Gets a nice angle. I'm going up for the blue.
38.
Looks a little bit short. Dead straight, so mid-distance red to follow. There's extra pressure on these type of shots. You don't normally expect them to miss it, but when you're 5-1 down and your opponent's being dominating the
43.
match, missable. Oh, no problem. Nicely
44.
into the middle of the pocket. And that will give him a bit of confidence, because that was a little tester. But once again, nicely into the middle. Having to work very, very hard to construct this break.
49.
Yeah, it's back up for the blue. He did have a quick look at the red immediately above the black. He could pot that and bring the black into play, but
50.
no point taking any undue risks here. I posed the question at the start of this visit, how could he score? And so far, this is superb break building from Mark Selby. Just having a look at the possibility. The red immediately above the black. If you could drop on that, you could play a little cannon on the pink and red and be on the black. That's what he's playing for. Don't want to be too straight on it. And he is.
55.
Yeah, he wanted an angle to stun over and cannon into the pink, so back up for the blue. But this time, it's not that easy.
No, but he is blessed, isn't he, with a lot of cue power. Need it here to get it on the cue ball.
56.
Short. So he's still not over the line just yet. 56 in front, still 67 remaining. This blue, one more red will be enough, but this is difficult enough to get down onto one of these reds. Lots of side spin. Has he hit it too much? Is there? If he kisses the pink, he'd be okay. He has done. What a shot! What a shot from Max Selby.
61.
Lots of right-hand side on that cue ball. Excellent.
$62.
And that one clinches the frame. Tremendous contribution from the 4 times champion of the world. Well, playing it with left-hand
62.
side. 62 points of lead, still 59 remaining. Just one snooker required. Could he regret that?
One.
Yeah, he was just playing it with left-hand side to play for the red in the opposite corner. Just didn't allow for the throw of the side. Sorry, right-hand side he was playing with. Playing the double. Is it there? No, it's not there. Has he left it?
Luca Brecel.
I think he has.
8.
Well, it's covered. And well, normally you think, well, you could swerve this, but why would you do that when your opponent needs snookers?
Very clever.
Well, that just tells us his heart wasn't in it, playing for snookers. That was not the right shot, but I'm not going to criticise him. every snooker player's choice as to what shot they play. Well, there you see it. 58 points, the difference, 51 remaining. Needs to be on the black, really. Oh, he put a lot of check side on. Didn't want to kiss the brown. From 2 snookers, it's going to be 3. Well, he's going for the black. Yeah, I think he. Oh, well, that's it.
Luca Brecel won.
Never felt it happened, in all honesty.
Moving up after the first
Thank you.
session was
Take your
against
seats, please.
Ding Junhui in 2016.
Final frame
but
of this
by
session.
how much
Mark
will he
Selby to
trail?
break.
This final frame of the session will tell us.
Yeah, final frame of this session. And Mark Selby cut his arrears to just 2, or will Luca enjoy the 4-frame lead? Big frame. It's very early days, but it's an unusual stat, that, isn't it? 3 of his 4 final wins, Mark Selby was behind in 3 of those finals.
Yeah. Luca had a simple escape there of 2 cushions and it nearly went wrong. Well, I say it nearly went wrong. Does this red to the right of the black? Can he get to it? Maybe he can. The one closest to the cue ball. Very thin. Very thin. But firing across it. Possible.
Six. Mark Selby 6.
He's left it. Now, do we see a very extravagant shot here from Luca? He could pot the red. Lots of pace into the pack of reds. Reds could go everywhere. That's what he's playing. Now, is he on a colour? Is he on a colour? I think he's on a colour. I think he's on the yellow or even the pink. But what a shot to play. The World Championship final. Oh, fantastic. He really is. He's so talented, John, and such an entertainer.
How well did he hit
3.
that? Now then, big question. Does the black go into the right corner? It does. So one precise positional shot here. If you can get on the black, what a chance to end this session 4 frames ahead.
4.
Just under hit it slightly, but he's on it in a fashion. Another few rolls of that cue ball, he would have been perfect.
It's there.
Now, when it's respotted, does it still pot? No, it doesn't. So now he's going to have to concentrate on the portcolours and the blue. Maybe ball to play for is the blue. Screw across. Possibly have a shot at the pink as well.
Thanks.
Well, that's beautifully played.
12.
Now then, he'll have a look, see where the pink's going to go. Pink on its spot, blue on its spot. His choice. But two high-value colours in play. That's the important thing.
Yeah, I think if he does pot the pink, it may go on the blue spot.
60. $70.
He plays for blue or pink here.
I think the reason he turned blue or pink down the last visit was he just wasn't happy with the angle. He can cue past the green. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the pink going on the blue spot is fine, but once the pink spot comes clear, then the pink could get tied up, whereas the blue will always be in the middle of the table.
I'm just wondering, John, can he go into the reds here and try and develop some? Should be on a red into the left corner. He has, and he's played it very nicely. Very nicely
22.
indeed.
Always looking for the attacking option.
It could have been a bit nicer for him. This red is into the left corner. Well, the angle is not perfect for him. It could be, if he screws back, it could be going into the red just above it. Unless he plays it into the left half of the pocket, just to try and avoid those reds on the way back. Yeah, just about.
23.
Now, is he top side of the blue? Just about. Excellent shot.
Important now, he gets good angles on the red to
28.
get back up the blue. Get good angles on the blue. This one is a little bit tricky. Screws back to the cushion, he could go in off here. But he was
29.
aware of that, played a stun screw. Just gets down and play these, what looks like slightly difficult shots with gay abandon.
$34. 35.
Yeah, it's just a wonderful swashbuckling Cavalier style, and it's great to see, great to watch. He's got all the shots, and as you said, John, he's blessed with a snooker brain as well.
40.
Just sees the shot
41.
very, very quickly, what he wants to develop. Gets down and plays it, no messing around. Great stuff.
I think the other thing as well, Ken, temperament. I mean,
46.
this performance is remarkable, really. As
47.
we said, the first round was the first time he'd ever won a match here in the final of the World Championship. And he's just playing as though he's in the club back home in Belgium. Just walking around the table,
52.
knocking balls in. Just a few reds away from victory now in this frame. Once again,
53.
absolutely inch perfect. Can do what he likes with this blue. Just the red required, but he knows
58.
he needs a colour and another red to keep Mark Selby in his seat.
$59.
Wonderful cue power to get top stride of the blue once again. Made that look very, very easy. So difference is 58, 51 remaining. So just
64.
make sure this red into the left corner.
65.
Wonderful break. And he's had to work very hard. The opening red was excellent into the pack. No hesitation whatsoever. Took his chance. Nice.
70.
It's just been a magnificent break. Great finish to the session. Mark Selby will give him the hand. He says congratulations. And it's Luca Brecel who's done all the running in this